Recording in progress.
Good,
In progress.
good afternoon, bright hearts. Let's start with cheer. Woo. Meeting meeting has 33 is right here. One step at a time, we steal the show because it is our own place to make the show. We started the right way because the right way is the I am Pinshu Parmar, SAA for today's meeting has 33, and I welcome you all to the Toastmasters meeting. Before going forward, I will tell you about what Toastmasters is actually all about. Toastmaster is an educational organization where it gives a platform for the speakers and individuals to learn, grow, and improve their public speaking and leadership qualities. Also, it is present in 148 countries, and it is headquartered in Englewood, Colorado, with 270,000 members and even more than that. I will just lay down some of the ground rules. Please keep out your mobile phone and switch it or put it in silent. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. Give a thumbs up once you're done. Thank you. Uh, Also, if speaker is speaking on the stage, please come and do exit or entry only when the applause is there. If you are coming onto the stage, give a fist bump or handshake, and also don't keep the stage empty. You have to wait for once the GE or TMOD gives you first fist bump and or the handshake. For usage of mic, you just have to click, push, and pull or whatever, like release. So these are 3 steps, and I advise you to don't speak on the sensitive topics like sex, religion, or politics, as it is uh, sensitive topics and we have to use it in careful manner. uh, Before that, also there are some additional things like refreshments. We will get refreshment also just outside the hall, and for the restrooms you have to take right. uh, I would like to welcome presiding officer of the day, Akshay. He is a software professional by profession, and he could like he also he already came, so he he is a district champion and division contest level international speech contest, second in second in international speech contest, and first runner up in speech evaluation contest. So please help me welcome Akshay Abraham Oman.
Hi. What a dramatic entrance that was. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you feeling? Good. Apologies for being late. Turns out I can be irresponsible once in a while. Thought I could go to the mall, pick up a hoodie, which I've been meaning to buy for the last 1 month, and then scoot by for the meeting. Turns out that was overly ambitious. Something to not try again. For those of you who have been members of this club for a long time, I'm sure all of you know the history of this club. And as I look around, I see we have no guests. Oh, we do have one guest over there. So, ma'am, for your knowledge, Bright Hearts Toastmasters has started in September 1st, 2024. We have been in inception for the last 10 months. And in those 10 months, we have achieved many laurels, most notably in our very first charter year, we have achieved the highest distinction that any Toastmasters club can achieve, and that is being President's Distinguished. This was something we couldn't have done without the help of each and every one of you. So let's give a big round of applause. I believe our Associate Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Wasim, had put in a detailed breakdown of what it means to be 9 DCPs out of 10 DCPs. For those of you who have read it, great. For those of you who haven't read it yet, please do. You know who you are, all right? But one thing's for sure, when it comes to any awards, we don't just pick up these awards for random reasons. We don't just pick up these awards for great reasons. We pick these awards for the right reasons, because the right way is the right way. Before we begin this meeting, I would like to have our guests in our presence today. Why don't you come on stage, ma'am? Tell us about yourself, your name, and how did you find out about Bright Hearts? Your name, how did you find out about Bright Hearts, and why you are here? Let's give it up for our guests. Let me get you a mic. Speak into it.
Is this, I'm a
You
audible?
are audible. Yeah, it's fine. It's just for online audience.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kantimati. I was doing my MBA right now, but main reason I joined this Toastmasters was I'm unable to correlate with what I think is doesn't match with what I speak. My husband is DTM Bharatwaj. He has completed Toastmasters, so he suggested me, so I joined here, and I would love to make new friends here. Thank you.
What? May I have the mic?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. We have a history of guests coming to this club with some very unique names. So, ma'am, if I may ask you again, your exact name is? Kanti Mati. How do you spell that? Kanthimati. Achai. Got it. I'm getting good at this. Welcome, Kantimati. Distinguished Toastmaster Bharadwaj. Which club is he part of? Kormangla Toastmasters. Have you met him? Yeah. You know him. Okay. I believe I've met him as well. But great to see that you've come to Bright Hearts and not Kormangla. And why is that? Okay. Okay. Is that a polite way to say you're tired of your husband? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, sometimes I'll tell you why. Because when it comes to Toastmasters and when it comes to married couples, sometimes one partner takes one membership in one club and the other partner takes a membership in the other club. Unless you're Aditya and Devsha, in which case, let's celebrate our love everywhere. Let's hear it for Aditya. Hey! To love! Woo! All right. Thank you so much once again for coming. Hope you have a great time today. And on that note, I believe we've introduced the guests. We've talked about Bright Hearts, and I believe we can open the meeting. Just kidding. May I have the MOM open up, please? Let's open up the MOM crossword. I hope everyone is ready. I know exactly who I need to ask. It's the people who are looking very, very scared right now. So please open up the MOM crossword on the big screen. And for the next 5 minutes, we are going to do a bit of quizzing. Once again, reading the MOMs is part of a new initiative, which has always been a part of our club fabric. But to definitely be on top of all the posts that are shared on our club group on a weekly basis, remember to read the MOM only takes 5 to 7 minutes out of a 7-day week. So let's open it up. Meanwhile, for those of you who haven't read it yet, feel free to read it. It is pinned on the WhatsApp group for guests. It's okay. You do not have to be part of this quiz. All right, let's start. Meanwhile, while the crossword is loading up, some simple questions. So, Sayuj, what was the theme of last week's meeting? Madhur, who was the Toastmaster of the day last week? Wonderful job. All right, do we have crossword open yet? Still taking some time. Can we go next to Ruchi? Ruchi, how would you briefly summarize Bulbul's speech from last week, if you had to? Very briefly, in like just 1 line or 2 lines. Bulbul was not a speaker. The exit is that way. and then book a cab and go home. All right, I'm going to circle back to you. Can we have the crossword on the screen, please? All right, I'm just going to open it on my phone, seeing as we have a technical issue. Starting with across one. Bhumika, which witty historical figure was invoked during the riddles during the riddles session? Which witty historical figure? Tenali Raman is the right answer. Great job, Bhumika. Let's go to Pankaj. Pankaj, Snap of the Week featured this steamy smiles. All right, we'll circle back to you. Meanwhile, Ruchi, how would you summarize Bulbul's speech from last week? Okay, can we do it? We don't have to read out. You can just summarize in your own words. Okay. 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 I'll take that answer. And what is the name of Bulbul's best friend? Or rather, roommate? Jim is right. All right. Thank you so much, Ruchi. Sneha, you look petrified. Let's try you. Across four. The word of the day is. Oh, that's too easy. Sorry. Let's go to down two. Who reminded us that champions off stage are champions on? Huh? There are like 5 cubes here, and somehow she efficiently fit Dhananjay. Let's try again. Who reminded us that the champions off stage are champions on stage? It's 5 letters. Dhananjay is not 5 letters. Let's circle back to you. Madhav, the city that marked the beginning of Sumit's journey from numbers to markets. Does anyone know how a crossword works? Like, it's 4 down. There are 5. There are 5 squares. It's not Bangalore. At most, it's Banga. Devsha, these brain teasers tested our logic and brought out bursts of laughter. That's literally the simplest question. These brain teasers tested our logic and brought out bursts of laughter. Riddles is the right answer. Wonderful job. Sometimes you don't have to think. It's the most obvious answer. Let's come back to Maselkar. Which person reminded us that champions off stage are champions on stage too? How many letters does my name have? I'll circle back to you. Madhav, the city that marked the beginning of Sumit's. Patna is the right answer. Wonderful job, Madhav. Let's go to down 6 and Sampreet. What naturally followed every riddle and punchline at meeting 32? You will go through it. All right, let's circle back to you. Who has not yet answered? I believe Sneha is still there, but anyone else? Did I miss? Who's still figuring out an answer? It's just Sneha? Sneha? Sampreet and Sneha. All right, I will ask a simple question for Abik. Abik, the word of the day that left us, well, a little confused last week.
Sorry?
Which was the word of the day that left us, well, a little... Perplexed is the right answer. Wonderful job. And now we're down to 2, after which we can actually start this meeting. So Sneha, Anmol is the right answer. Wonderful job. Did you figure that out yourself, or did our little Santa Claus here help you?
Yeah.
All right. And the final question, and this is for Sampreet. Sampreet, what naturally followed every riddle and punchline at meeting 32? I'll give you a hint. It's in the name of the theme. So, giggles is the right answer. Lovely job. Okay, for those of you who thought, wow, that was awkward and tough to go through, the great news is this is going to happen every single week. Requesting all of you to please open up your phones, open up the MOM post, and please acknowledge it. Right away, open up your phones, open up the MOM post, and acknowledge it with any reaction that you'd prefer. Sangam with a strategic entry. Wonderful. We just finished the MOM quiz. All right. And remember, going forward, these sections and our meetings can start sooner if you folks read the MOMs in advance. Again, just a 5 to 7 minute read. Most of these answers are really, really simple. On that note, I declare meeting 33 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters open. VP Education, as per the revised agenda, how much time do I have as PO? My time's up still? Did we not revise it? 12 minutes? upsetting. See what you folks did. Thanks a lot. All right. So, what is the theme of the day? The theme of the day is one step at a time. I know most of you know this already, and there seems to be a great conversation happening here right now. So most of you may already be aware of this, but I'm into running. Running was something I got into 2.5, 3 years ago when I participated for a TCS 10K, and with with pain in my entire body, I ended up finishing that event at 1 hour 18 minutes. 1 hour 18 minutes. What was surprising for me was that my friend, who was 47 years old, finished it ahead of me, 15 minutes earlier than me. Even my friend, who was 50 years old, finished it ahead of me. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm in my early 30s and I can't even beat them. That was when I started practicing on a regular basis. And now I'm the confident person who can definitely beat them anytime in my sleep. And that's great, because doing activities one step at a time is the easiest way to be good at it, right? Personally, I don't consider myself as anyone who was born with natural talent. I feel everything I got, I worked for it. And if you folks consistent with whatever you do, be it running or even be it public speaking, you would be fantastic at it. Let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day for today. He is the macho man of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, someone who has been an OG member since day one. And today, he's going to take us into the journey of why we should take every single thing we do one step at a time. Give it up for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sampreet.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. And today, I'm going to talk about few things that are on my mind. I'm a software engineer and I'm into fitness. In both my professional and fitness journey, I understood one thing, that anything meaningful that cannot be achieved in just in overnight. You have to work towards it for a considerable long amount of time and put in the work to see the final result. Throughout this meeting, I'm going to talk about few personalities that I truly admire, who also believes that if you want to excel in any field, you have to put in the work for a long period of time and consistently show up. If you want to become good at public speaking, show up to Toastmasters every time, take up roles, do the work behind it, and eventually you will become a better public speaker. If you want to be into fitness, then show up to the gym every day, and obviously you will get fit. If you want to be a good runner, really believe. So with that, the first person that I'm going to talk about in today's meeting is Mike Tyson. See, Mike Tyson had very rough childhood. He was in very rough neighborhood. The neighborhood where he lives at, it's basically it has a lot of gang wars. When he was in his early teens, he was he was friends with the wrong type of person, and he ended up getting into all criminal activities like theft, etc. So after one thing that he found, the only thing that that changed his life is when he found the importance of discipline. That's when he found his coach, Gus. His coach showed his true potential of Mike Tyson, that if you put in the work behind the boxing, you could actually become a great boxer. He showed him the path where he wants to go, and eventually Mike Tyson, he put all the anger, everything, all the emotion towards his training, and eventually he became the youngest heavyweight boxer of all time. He is not talented. He is basically, you can say that he's shorter guy for a heavyweight boxer. He's 5'10". He has no long reach and any physical abilities, but only through his skills and passion, through his commitment of boxing, and the work that he put in. Every time he wakes up early in the morning, 4 a.m., run miles, go to the gym, and literally does thousands of push-ups, squats, sit-ups, and it's not even a joke. He does it every day, and after that he does shadow boxing, and then spars until all the boxing moments become a muscle memory to him. I like this one quote of Mike Tyson. He says that discipline is doing what you hate to do it, but doing it like you love it. This value is also shared by one of our Toastmasters. I asked him this one question. I asked him what one habit you have followed consistently that has shaped you who you are today. He said he will always tries to show up even though he doesn't want to show up. He said that being in the present, not focusing on being perfect, just being in the present and showing up, that's what gives him confidence, resilience, and move forward in his life with anything. And this is what builds him today the way he is. Let's give it up for our general evaluator, Manikumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samprit. Good evening, everyone. Yes, perfect. So today I am the general evaluator for the day. That means I will be observing each and everything that is happening in the meeting. In Toastmasters or life, we need to take one step at a time. That means one role at a time, one meeting at a time, which builds day by day in giving you 3 C's. Any guesses what are the 3 C's? Yes. Well, there are many. I prepared for 3. That is confidence, clarity, and the communication we are here for. Today, to make this meeting even more meaningful and make it exemplify, I have few Toastmasters with me so that I alone won't make mistakes. So there is a team of army which will help me to come out of the mistakes. Any guesses who are the team called? Tag, yes. It's called tags. The singular became plural now. So first and foremost, the timer. When I asked the tag team what resembles one step at a time in their life, the timer Toastmaster who said that it applies to his life process from start to where he is now, which means that he has taken each and every step to be present, and that's where it got him today, and he's standing in front of us as a timer for the day, Toastmaster Abik.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. Before I explain you my role, let us play a simple game, 15-second short game. I'll just tell you the rules of the game. I just tell you the rules of the game. I'll count till 3, and when I count 3, you all have to close your eyes, and I'll put a 15-second timer on my mobile. While closing your eyes, you have to raise your hand when you think 15 seconds are over. The person who raises the hand closest to the 15 second will get a chocolate from me at the end of the meeting. We are ready for it? Yes. Rules are clear? So at 3, you will close your eyes and I'll start the timer. 1, 2, 3. "15 seconds. Stop. Akshay is the winner. He raised it just 1 second before the 15 second. 1 second before the 15. Yeah. So, so you were closest to the 15th, no? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So in this game, you had to guess what the time is, but don't worry. In this meeting, I will do that for you. So we have we have four kind of speeches today. One is the icebreaker. First is the icebreaker speech. The timing for icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes. I'll raise the green card whenever 4 minutes are over, yellow card when 5 minutes are over, and red cards when 6 minutes is over. Then we have prepared speeches. Then we have prepared speeches, which is for 5 to 7 minutes. I'll raise the green card when 5 minutes are over. I'll raise the yellow card when 6 minutes is over, and I'll raise the red card when 7 minutes are over. Then we have table topics for 1 to 2 minutes. I'll raise the green card when 1 minute is over, yellow card when 1 minute 30 seconds are over, and red card when 2 minutes are over. And at the last, there would be evaluators who will get 2 to 3 minutes. I'll raise green card when 2 minutes are over, yellow when 2 minutes 30 seconds are over, and red when 3 minutes are over. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by TMOD, I'll come and give my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abik, for sharing that timer introduction, and also an instruction to all the members that you will be getting additional bonus time for each and every role. Once the red card is up, you will have 30 seconds bonus time. Be the one to use it well. Yeah. Moving to the next one. Do you remember the question which I asked to my tag team? What resembles one step at a time in their life? So the next role taker, our counter, has told that as the role taker is from a table tennis player where each and every point matters. So that's where she applies to the life that when you spend 10 minutes a day, every day, by the end of the year, you will become the champion for that small task which you are consistently doing it. Put your hands together in welcoming our counter of the day, Toastmaster Dipsha.
In life, formally, we started our speaking journey with vowels, consonants, merge them into words, then use those words to make meaning. So, one word followed by another is what made the entire sentence meaningful. Now, between those words, at times we think, because let's say we are not used to the language, especially when English is not our native language, right? So now, as an R counter role, my role is to see what happens in between those two words. So there are something like crutch words, which is like is what you use to kind of buy time to follow the next word. There's also that. So okay, first one was crutch word sounds. Crutch words are like well, okay, like, but, etc. You use a lot of words and frequently. There are a lot of repetitions as well and inappropriate clauses. So that's what I'm going to check throughout the report. And at the end of the evaluation, I'll come back with my R counter report. One tip, I know it long pauses can make it distracting, but you can smile. That will calm you down and immediately your mind will start working. So you can use that. With that, over to you, General Vat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dipsha, for sharing that. So let's see how many fillers you are all going to use today and give a tedious job to our accountant. Yeah, moving to our next role taker. Who is next? Grammarian, yes. So I have asked him a question. What resembles one step at a time in his life? He mentioned to be consistent, 1% every day. That means 365 days, 365 wins, whether it's business or life. Put your hands together in welcoming our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Pankaj.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Before I begin, I would like to declare one thing. I'm not here to be your English teacher with the red pen. But yeah, today I'm playing the role of grammarian. So my job is to listen, learn, and catch few words. What is the so good use of English, or not good use of English? And secondly, I would like to uh, emphasize that please use the word of the day today, which is equilibrium, which means balance in the situation where, let's say, your client is still asking for 10th time changes in the work, and you have to be very calm and composed. So, yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pankaj, for sharing that. As a note, please give a thumbs up whenever any of the role taker on stage using the word of the day. Can I hear that? What's the word of the day?
Equilibrium.
Yeah, see, we have used that many times. You can count number of people. It's super. Yeah. So moving on to the next, we have, what is the last role? Special role, right? When I asked the question, what is the question? Yes. What resembles one step at a time in your life? This particular role taker mentioned that trusting in the process, even though you don't know what is your goal, but trust the process and keep put your efforts. Put your hands together for the special role taker, Toastmaster Bhumika.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. My name is Bhumika, and today I took a special role of a role of a listener. So, since I present this role as a listener, I'll be listening to all the speakers who take the stage today, and I'll be noting down all the important and interesting tidbits of the information related to the speeches that people present here. So I really encourage all of you to listen to all the speakers, all of them who come here and deliver speeches very carefully. And at the end of the meeting, I will come here and ask no more than 10 questions. So, yes, I mean, just gear up and just keep your ears sharp because you never know what I might ask. Thank you. Back to you, Javinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhumika, for sharing that. Yes. So this is my army, my team, who are all set and focused to see and evaluate this my meeting. Are you all ready? Yes. So let's make our meeting, and considering when we come on stage, taking one step at a time, one role at a time, one word at a time. With that, back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Samprit.
Who's going to carry the boats and the logs? How many of you know about this quote? No? No one? Akshay? Did who is going to carry the boats and the logs? No. Okay. Since nobody knows, this is the quote of a Navy SEAL, David Goggins. Okay, I think some people might have heard. So basically, this guy is known to be the toughest man in the world, not by his physical strength, but his mental strength. Let me tell you his story. When he was young, he was abused by his father, and he was has a learning disability. By the age of 26, he was very much depressed. He became a 300 pounds a guy who is working for a pest control. Then at one night, he watched a Navy SEAL training program. There, he got inspired and he wanted to become a Navy SEAL. So after that, he called the Navy SEAL recruitment team and asked them what he must do to get into the Navy SEAL. They told that he first has to get down his weight. He was a 300-pound guy, but now he has to cut down 120 pounds in less than 3 months, which is not a joke. He by the next day he was in a strict diet and showed up in the gym, and within 3 months he was down to 180 pounds, and he has enlisted in the Navy SEAL recruitment program. There he has gone through the very one of the toughest training program called Hell Week, where he was gone through a lot of like just as an example, there is a training like he has to be in the sea middle of the night and has to carry logs and boats over his shoulder. It requires a lot of mental strength. So when his body has given up, he will he will tell himself, who's going to carry the boats and logs? I am. He keep on yelling these words as a mental strength, and he completed that exercise and eventually become a Navy SEAL. So just like so after Navy he completed his Navy SEAL, his journey did not end. He has enlisted in lot of ultra marathon activities. So people ask him that what is the reason behind his motivation. He says that he always sets up his dreams and goals in front of them, and he always tries to achieve it. We have a Toastmaster who shares the same value, and I asked her this question: what keeps you consistent when things get tough? She says that her dreams and goals, these are the things that always make her be consistent. So please, let's give it up for our evaluator, Usha Kumari.
Good evening, everyone. Today, my target speaker is attempting his level 1, project 1 speech. So, timer, please note the timing is 4 to 6 minutes for this speech. And I request every one of you to give him a standing ovation once he completes his speech. The speech title is My Toughest Opponent. And the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. With that, I wish my target speaker all the very best.
So coming to David Goggins' story, he also has a world record of most number of pull-ups in a day. So he attempted thrice. 2 times he has failed. The time he was succeeded, he told that the main reason that he got succeeded because he broke down the tasks into a smaller chunks, and he was able to learn from the mistakes that he did on previous attempt and able to fix that and able to conquer that world record of most number of pull-ups in a day. We have a Toastmaster who shares the similar value. I asked him the same question which I asked Usha Kumari, that what keeps you consistent when things get tough? He said that he will always remember why he started the task that he wanted to do, and he will always set down the tasks into a smaller chunks, and he will conquer it every day. So please let us welcome our speaker number 1, Madhav Bansal. Madhav Bansal, my toughest opponent, Madhav Bansal.
Life is a journey, but for me, it has always been a battlefield where there are no swords, no soldiers, no war cries, only one relentless enemy. This is not a story of dragons or distant wars. This is a story of me fighting invisible, silent, yet brutal battles. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I am going to take you all to the battlefield of my life. 20th November 2000, a day that changed everything. It was the day when my toughest opponent was born. Not with thunder, not with fanfare, but with a quiet beginning. In a small town of Machiwada, Punjab, he grew up stronger day by day, feeding up on my fear and self-doubt. And I didn't recognize it at first because it wasn't wearing a mask or carrying a sword. It was almost quiet and invisible. But I I never saw it coming until I was in my ninth standard. It was a warm summer morning when I had to give an update on current affairs as a part of regular practice our school used to follow during the morning assembly. It started with the prayer, followed by the national anthem, and then it was my turn to give the update. I stepped forward. I took out my script from the pocket, holding my script in one hand and the mic in my other hand. But as soon as I started delivering the speech, my body started shivering. I was crushed. And after this very moment, that it triggered a wave of fear for public speaking inside me. And this was the very first time when I met my toughest opponent, who held me every time, every day, whenever I wanted to go on to the stage. Months later, the time had come when I had to make one of the difficult decisions of my life. Like, what should I follow after my 10th grade? Belonging from a joint family where everyone pursued commerce as their higher studies and everyone is into business, I decided I will pursue engineering. And I wanted to do job after that. And to get into a good engineering college, I decided that I will take the coaching for one of the most toughest exam across the world, JEE Advanced. And this was the second time when my toughest opponent struck me again. It was not the fear, but it was the self-doubt. It used to question me every single day, every single time. Will you be able to get into a good engineering college? What if you fail? How will you be able to manage everything on your own? From setting your routines to staying motivated every day. Because this was the time when I went to Chandigarh away from the comfort of my home as I was living in a hostel, away from family, away from friends, away from familiar support. And and some days were empowering when I would solve a difficult question and feel like a future IIT. Other days, I would spend a lot of time on a single question, and then this self-doubt, my toughest opponent, would sweep inside me like my shadow, which I couldn't outrun. But then I started listening to it differently. Instead of holding me back, I let it push me forward. Because I used to remind myself on why I started. What was my motivation to start? And it was only the effort that was in my control, even though the result wasn't. So I began to accept the uncertainty and focus on what I can do. One topic, one chapter, one step at a time. And this helped me get not into an IIT, but one of the best engineering colleges in India, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. So this was the place from where I did my bachelor's in computer science. Although most of my college period went into COVID, but it is one of the best and most memorable chapter of my life. And during my final year, I got placed into JP Morgan Chase and Company. And I joined the firm in 2023 as a quant analyst. So by this time, I had defeated my self-doubt, but now I had decided to defeat my another fear. That was the fear of public speaking. And hence, I joined Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club. And today, I have taken my first step, delivering my first icebreaker speech. So my dear fellow warriors, each one of us carries our own battlefields: anger, fear, procrastination, insecurity, and a lot of other battles. And no one sees it, but it's there. And you know what? That's okay. Because greatest victories aren't the loudest. They are the ones that we win in silence when no one is watching. So today, I'm standing here not as a hero, but as a fellow warrior, still standing, still learning, still fighting, and maybe finally starting to win. Thank you.
Amazing speech by Madhav Bansal. The way he fights his self-doubts, the way he wants to develop himself, that is what we all need for, that is what we can take inspiration from. The next person that I want to talk about is, this person is one of the greatest cricketer of all time. He is Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli, he he always believes in hard work and self-belief. There is one quote of Virat Kohli that he says that he does not believe in talent. Hard work and self-belief guarantees you success. This is his core values, and he sticks by that. At one point of time, during his early careers, in one of his IPL tournaments, he was out of shape. Um, he did not perform well in that tournament, and then he asked himself the question, like, this is not how a professional cricketer should look like. This is what he asked to himself, and by the next day he stuck to a very strict diet and did not eat any junk food till now, and he improved his cardiovascular abilities and strength training to become the best cricketer of all time. We all can take inspiration from that. We all know that Virat Kohli is very good at chasing any high target or anything big scores. The way he puts himself facing that high pressure situation, the self control, the emotional control that he has, that is one of the things that I admire. And there is one person in our Toastmasters, one of our Toastmasters shares these core values. I asked her this question: what's the goal you achieved through consistency? She said that it is her emotional discipline and self-control. Please welcome our Toastmaster Ruchi Jain.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, my target speaker is attempting level 2 project 1, understanding your leadership styles. The purpose of this project is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Timer, please note the time of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish my target speaker all the best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
We all know Virat Kohli has some anger issues, right? During his early part of his career, he lashes on to bowlers, fielders, whoever misses the catches. But now we can see that he has improved in his anger management. He is much more cooler than before. So this same kind of self-development, there is one of our Toastmasters he's working on. I asked him the same question which I asked Ruchi Jain, and he says that he is controlling his anger by becoming a good listener. He says that just by listening what the other person is speaking is making him to have less misunderstandings, and he's able to think more and talk. With that, please welcome our next speaker, Aditya Patnaik. Aditya Patnaik, chai break versus boardroom. Chai break versus boardroom, Aditya Patnaik.
Okay, good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. Now, some of you must be wondering, what am I doing holding a cup and at the same time wearing a jacket? So I'll explain to you in a bit. A couple of days back, we had a leadership program at my organization. And as a part of this leadership program, we had several activities. And I got to be the leader of one such activity. Now, after the activity got over, all the members had to give feedback on what they think my leadership styles are, and what are the qualities and what are the strengths that I possess. Now, just as a kid, anxiously waiting for the report card, I waited for the feedback to come in. But what the feedback revealed was very, very surprising. I was thinking that the feedback would say, this guy is very casual, does not take stress at all, needs a lot of improvement. But what the results said was that my style is more of a chai break leadership rather than a boardroom leadership. Now, what do we mean by this? Chai break are some of the informal breaks that all of us take when we are in a company with our friends and with our colleagues. Typically, when you think of somebody in a boardroom, you'll think that person is wearing a lot of suits, is dressed properly, speaks in bullet points, delivers good amount of presentation, has a very serious face. But that's not me. I am rather a person who says, let's solve this over a cup of chai. Now, this means that I take into account that good decisions can be made when people are relaxed, engaged, and they are very well connected. So let's break down this chai break style of leadership and understand what this exactly means. The first leadership style that I excelled on is that I have abundance of friendliness, which means people believe that I am extremely, extremely friendly. Now, if I have to translate this into a leadership style, it means that I am an affiliative leader. So I am the one who actually cares about others. I remember what goes inside your tea so that it becomes very special. I remember the kind of spices you like. I remember if you take it with less milk, extra sugar. So I make sure that your tea is perfect, because once it is perfect, I invite you onto a table to discuss a few things. And I make sure that you are comfortable to express yourself, you feel special, and you feel very well connected with the team. Now, a lot of people do networking over icebreakers. I thought, why not start chai breakers? Which means people are more expressive, they argue less, and that's how they can connect themselves better with the team. The second quality that I really excelled on was that I actually help others a lot. And this translates into a leadership ability of being altruistic in nature. I am the one who actually sometimes goes overboard in helping people at an organization. Now, in my current role, I also support a lot of people in my company. The kind of role that I am, I have to regularly interface with leadership and a lot of people in the company. Now, sometimes when I say I go overboard, one day I was trying to help a pigeon cross the road, and then it tried to look at me and say, dude, I still got wings. So you can imagine, I was actually wishing well for the pigeon. But there are instances where I realized that I do not realize my true potential. And that's one area that I am working on. That was suggested to me in the feedback as well, which is taking charge when necessary. And this translates into a leadership style of being authoritative. Now, a lot of team members, a lot of projects, they have deadlines to meet. And if they do not have somebody who is a pace setter, who is able to guide them at the right point of time, they feel lost. I understand that at every organization, collaboration is a very important practice. But as a leader, it is very, very important for you to step up when the time comes. I believe that after I got this feedback, I realized that while I am very collaborative in my approach, while I'm very friendly with others, I need to also step up, or let's say, for example, boil the milk or boil the water and turn up the heat and serve the right kind of tea when it is necessary. A lot of us have gone through situations where we have been very, very laid back, very, very, I would say, thoughtful about our approach. So when I, as a leader, trying to get consensus of everybody to come to a similar situation, it becomes a very long approach. while I am the one that books movie tickets for my friends on Sundays and I decides where to go, in real life, I am very often faced with the situation where people are lost. So this feedback gave me that confidence that I must blend both kindness, warmth, as well as a sense of direction. Maintain proper equilibrium, I would say. And that is why I have decided that I continue to be a leader with a sense of heart and a sense of purpose. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Mike. Next. Amazing speech by Aditya Patnaik. I wish he was my manager. So let's do a quick 30 seconds activity. I want you to think of one habit that you had recently acquired. Like it could be anything simple like cleaning your room or making your bed or going to gym or running, anything that adds value to your life. Think of any activity. You have 30 seconds. Anyone wants to share? Yes. Great. Next. Anyone? Yes. Great. Yes. Great. Yeah. Great. Amazing. Super. Yep. Super. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. See, all these small steps, that is what will provide value to our life. Just do it consistently throughout an year or so, and definitely you will see the results what I'm talking about. So the next person that I'm talking about is Steve Jobs. This person has revolutionized the use of smartphones. This Steve Jobs is completely obsessed with details. He's a perfectionist. He always wants to deliver his best at anything he wants to do. At one time, he has asked his hardware engineers to entirely change the design of the motherboard because he did not feel that would give the best value to his customers. It could cost him millions of dollars, but he was ready to take that risk because this is what makes him the best entrepreneur of all time. And we have a Toastmaster who shares a similar value. I asked him, what does consistency mean to you in one word? He said that his ability to give best at everything that he wants to do. Please give it up for our Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My target speaker, Neville Shah, is going to deliver L3P1 project. So level 3 project 1 speech on the motivational strategies track. The topic for him, the speech title is "Why Do You Smile So Much?" I wish my target speaker all the very best, and I'll come back with the feedback. Thank you.
Apple brand was not created in 1 or 2 days. It has originated from the garage of Steve Jobs, and then it progressed into Mac computers, then iPods, then into iPhones. This is the progression that everyone wants in their life, some kind of progress that that is really motivating to us to go even further. So I asked this same question to our next Toastmaster. What does consistency mean to you in one word? He said it is progress. I think there is nothing more to explain other than that word. Please give it up for our next Toastmaster who is attempting his speech, Neville Shah. Neville Shah, why do you smile so much? Why do you smile so much, Neville Shah? All the best.
Hey Neville, why do you smile so much? That was a Thursday afternoon, and my colleague asked me this pertinent question. Neville, why do you smile so much? I looked at my laptop. The Slack messages were buzzing like the fire alarm. And the number of tabs open on my Chrome browser were thousands of tabs, just like the clouded mind and the space I was in. And in between, there was this one tab which was playing some music. I couldn't find that tab, but the music was so loud, I ran like, Jalebi bye, Jalebi bye. And there my friend asked me a question. Neville, why do you smile so much? And the answer was, again a smile. I didn't know how to react to it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. That question didn't leave me behind. Few weeks passed and I was sitting in 4 closed walls in my therapist's office. We were having a serious conversation and she asked me, Neville, why are you smiling so much? This is such a serious topic we are discussing. And I smiled again. But in that moment, I went down the memory lane. I took a few steps, and there, the 7-year-old Neville was standing. He wanted to go out and play football and enjoy hide and seek with his fellow children. But his home was filled with relatives, smell of incense and murmur prayers. His mom was sitting there on the chair, sad as his favorite Nana had just passed him. Neville from there saw his mother as her eyes were filled with tears. And she was sad. Then he didn't know how to react to that moment. But what he thought was, let me smile. Let me go to my mom and give her a warm hug with a smile. That 7-year-old kid didn't know how to process those emotions or how to react to his mother's sadness. But he thought, maybe if I smile, my mom will feel a little bit of love and miss Nana a little less. Years passed by. I was again in a 4-wall room, this time in a 10-day meditation retreat. It was the 6th day, and I was in a cubicle and I was sitting on the cushion, meditating. The same memory trickled through my brain to my conscious mind. And suddenly, I saw that same 7-year-old kid and the same mother feeling that sadness. This time, as if the tears which I had held for such a long time came back, and I felt all those heavy emotions, be it grief, anger, hatred, jealousy. I was trembling, scared, and hurting for all these years. I didn't have a smile in that moment. I was crying, sobbing for almost an hour. That sadness hit me hard, as if a mirror was showing me what I was ignoring for a long time. And once all those emotions passed away, again I had a big smile. But this time, the smile was different. It wasn't the mask which I wore for all these years to hide my emotions, but it was a smile of joy and happiness that you feel when you have let go of all the sadness and emotions. That day didn't cure me. That day didn't heal me. But that day taught me an important lesson. These emotions, be it anger, hatred, jealousy, they all come, they all go. They are like an equilibrium where hatred, anger, joy, be it happiness, they all come, they have an equal stake on the table. They will rise up like the waves, and they will also collapse like the waves. They are temporary and impermanent. If we get attached to one emotion, we will feel sadness once it passes away. If we stay attached to negativity or hatred, we'll feel the sadness all the time and be hurtful. So nowadays, be it the office chaos or a silent room, I smile so that sometimes, even if people are sad around me, maybe my smile will keep light up the room. Sometimes I smile so that I can acknowledge my own feelings of what I am going through. Nowadays, I don't wear that mask of smiling just for smiling to ignore my emotions. But every time I smile, I accept what is the emotion beneath me. So, the past 2 weeks, when I was journaling for this project, I asked myself again this question: Neville, why do you smile so much? And the answer came: whenever I smile, I think about all the people around me. I think that may all people be happy. May there be more love in this world. May everybody come out of their misery. Keep smiling, keep happy, and spread that joy. More difference.
Such a beautiful speech by Neville Shah. I really like how he self reflects on himself and always strive for self development. With that, our first half of our meeting is completed. In the second half, we are going to have table topic section. It is an impromptu section. In that, the guests have the opportunity to participate. So I would like to encourage guests to participate in it. And then we will follow with evaluations, where evaluators will give the valuable feedback for the betterment of our speeches. And with this, the first half of our meeting is completed. And voting lines, I think it will be shown in the screen. Please vote for the best speaker. Guys, we have yeah, guys, we have a break. Please be back by 5:25. From day one, and we can clearly see their progress from day one to till now, how they have progressed through their speaking career. Like this, we can take inspiration from the people around you, even the small habits what they have been doing. This is what I truly believe, that we are all living. Let's say we are all in a movie, and you are the main character of your movie. You only got one life, and you have to take inspiration from the people around you, use it as fuel, build yourself, and become great, one step at a time. Thank you. With that, I want to hand over to table topic master Madhur. I asked Madhur the one quality that he's recently acquired, one habit that he recently got through consistency. He said that waking up early, see, setting the tone for the day, that really carries the momentum throughout the day. I think waking up early, it's a really good step to have that kind of momentum and go through the rest of the day. Welcome. Let's give it up for Madhur.
Good evening, fellow bright hearts and honored guests. Today, I am the table topic master, and welcome to the most exciting segment of the whole meeting, because this segment maintains an equilibrium. Why? Because not only member but also guest can take part in this segment. You will be getting a topic with a chocolate as a reward for attempting a table topic. So when you get topic, you will be getting 1 to 2 minutes to express your thoughts on a topic, where green card will be shown at 1 minute, and 1 minute 30 second yellow card will be shown, and on 2 minute red card will be shown. And I suggest try to use word of the day equilibrium in your speech. With that, who would like to volunteer the first? Sneha. Sneha, choose your favorite number or favorite chocolate. We have a topic associated with that number. Amazing. Do we have another mic? Describe your life as a movie genre.
Movie genre.
Describe your life as a movie genre.
you. Dear Toastmasters and guests, if I were to describe my life as a movie genre, I would say it's a very typical over the top romantic comedy where I don't know how much of romance, like not really clearly missing. But I think the whole aim is towards like a romantic ending. But yeah, but that's one of the things that I really struggle with. So I think from the start, like, all of these mishaps or anything that's happened, it's all been related to this hunt towards, like, having, like, say, a fairy tale romantic partner or something like that. So I would say that it's something that has, made given sort of some meaning to my life because there's been a perennial hunt or there's been always a goal in sight, among other goals, of course. It's only that. But then I think this for sure keeps it very interesting for me. And I look forward to many things because of this whole perennial. So that's it from my end. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neha. I love romantic movies for a reason. Next, who would like to volunteer? Sayoj? 7. Amazing number.
Better be good.
Yeah. What's a weird food combo you secretly love? What's a weird food combo you secretly love?
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The topic gets me a bit, out of equilibrium. Because food is something that I love. And if you guys are following my Instagram handle, you will see lots of food being prepared. And I love creating food, mixing, matching things which cannot be matched. Alcohol plus food. Excellent combination. But one of the weirdest and one of my favorite bloggers or vloggers is Andrew Zimmern. And he has this motto: if it looks good, eat it. And that's what I've been doing. The weirdest thing that you can find, you eat it. And for me, the weirdest thing that I've had is a durian. You guys know what a durian is? It looks like a jackfruit. It stinks like gutter. It tastes like custard. So that's the weirdest combination that you can have. And I've tried that in Singapore and loved it. When I went to China, I couldn't understand anything that is written in Chinese. Only thing that I could see a picture of durian. Said, yeah, that's something that I know. Others, I don't. Let me have that. And I had a durian pizza, which is okay. But durian is been one of the weirdest food that I've had. Not a combination, but durian plus me is a weird combination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sayus. I would love to try durian pizza sometimes. Also, now who would like to go next? Any guest? Yes, please, ma'am. Choose your favorite number or a favorite chocolate. Take it. If you could swap lives with anyone for a day, if you could swap a life with anyone for a day,
Sorry.
it's fine, it's fine.
Hi. Hello, Toastmasters, and I'm the guest, and a hi for myself also. A motivation for myself to start. Yep, I could swap a life with anyone. I would swap my life with a small baby, so that now for a baby there's no responsibilities. They don't need to go bath by themselves. They don't brush by themselves. Everything is getting easily for them to. But for us adults, like now, we can't do like that. We have to do everything, like from cooking to studying, so from going to job. We after the after teen, we are becoming adults. We have to do every course by ourselves, except we have some choice, like we can have maids or some others to help us, but most of the course, most of the important tasks, we have to do only by myself. Sometimes if we see some kids, some mothers feed them, I was like, wow, I can also be like that. If some the I actually feel that if I could be someone, I should be like a baby. No responsibility. I can sleep all day. I can eat. I just sleep, and I can just destroy everything which my mom keeps it organized. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My thoughts resonate with you. Why? Because I also wanted to be baby. Not only because I didn't get to work, but I will get all the loves from everyone. Wow. Thank you so much. Now, who would like to go the next? Nish. Who is your number? Nivedita.
Yeah.
Choose your favorite number. Okay. Describe your dream Sunday without you using the word relax.
Okay.
Describe your dream Sunday without using the word relax.
Sitting. Great. Hi, good evening, everyone, Toastmasters and my dear guests. So, describing my ideal Sunday, and this being a Sunday, I think is a perfect topic for me. So, if somebody follows me, like, you know that I love reading, I love books. So, for me, my ideal Sunday, obviously, because working 5 days a week, all the chores are, kept aside for your weekend. So, first finish off that, because a cluttered space kind of makes my mind cluttered. So, clear off that, finish off that part, and then curl up with a book, right? And whatever it is, now I'm part of Akshay's book club also. So I do have, goals to meet. So curl up with a book. And so basically, yes, no other responsibilities, nothing else. Just be with a book, read, live in that fantasy land, and then be away from reality. So that is my ideal Sunday, and that would be my ideal, if possible, not even Sunday, like something which I would aim for 5 days or 7 days of the week. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For me, Sunday is ideal when I don't sit with my laptop. But I end up doing it on calls. Now, who would like to go the next? Any guest? Guest. Any one of you. We have very interesting topics. Some number. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Your name?
Aditi.
Aditi. Guest Aditi. Time travel or mind reading? Pick one and why. Time travel or mind reading? Pick one and why.
So can I get started right now?
Hello, everyone present over here. My name is Aditi, and out of which, if I have to pick any one of it, I think so I would pick crime travel. Because mind reading, you can understand everything what the other person is going to be speaking about you or whatever they would be thinking about, which is not going to be interesting, right? So when you're trying to have a conversation with someone, what's the point of having the thrill to have a conversation when you know what they're thinking about? So I think so when it comes to investigation about a crime and you're interrogating with a criminal, then okay, yeah, it's fine. You can understand if that person has committed the crime or not. But time travel, in a way, would be more interesting. Why? Because you can go to the past and you can actually see the scene, how they have actually committed the crime. So, in that way, so the equilibrium and all would be maintained in such a way that you can actually understand how, when exactly, for what purpose that person has murdered someone, right? I think so that would be more interesting. So right now, if you see about like having a conversation, let it be your romantic partner, okay? So I think so mind reading would work in that aspect, but where's the thrill in the relationship? Like it would be so boring, right? If you know everything about your partner, like what the partner is thinking about and what they want to do. So it would be better that, if you want to rectify a situation or you want to go somewhere and all, mind like time traveling back would be better if you want to resolve a conflict or do something like that, or if you want to go for a historical drama and all, and if you want to go for like see what exactly is happening in that situation, I think so time traveling would help that much better. And if you're reading a book along with it, it would give a proof. So yeah, I think so that's much better than actually mind reading, which will be helpful for this particular situation. Thank you.
I really love the choice that she took. She's trying to solve the real life problems. She's not selfish. Amazing. Yeah. With that, I would like to wrap this section. I hope you enjoyed this section. Yes. Yes. Let's have a round of applause for everyone. Whoever. Handing back to general evaluator for today's role, Toastmaster Money.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Just good and great? Equilibrium? Good. Great. Yeah, that was a wonderful session. Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur. Yes. So now we will be moving to the third segment of the meeting, which is called as general evaluation. So how the first two segments went. In this segment, we will be going through and walk through of it, how the speakers has done. There will be an evaluators where I will be calling and they will be sharing their evaluation reports. Who is our first speaker? Who is the first evaluator? So put your hands together in welcoming the first evaluator of the day, Usha Kumar.
Good evening, everyone. And special good evening to my target speaker, Madhav Bansal. Madhav, today you not only introduce Toastmasters to yourself, but you also introduce us to your two opponents. I really liked, there are two plus points that I'm going to give you, and then one takeaway. I really liked your stage presence. I like the confidence and clarity that you carried today. It from nowhere appeared that you were actually giving your icebreaker. For me, it was like you crushed the ice. Your eye contact with the audience, as well as your sentence formation, the way you narrated the story right from the time when you said that you were born with the fear. You said that on this day the fear was born. It made the audience think, what is he talking about? You directly did not say the fear was born, but then you narrated in such a way that the audience had to think for a while of what exactly you're speaking, and then you exposed about your two opponents. That was really well. And one tidbit that I would like to give you is, though the objective of this speech was for us to get to know well about you, you stuck only to your fears and your two opponents. It would be better if we would have known who Madhav is, what are his dreams, and what he appreciates in life, and few anecdotes from your life that has shaped you to what you are today. It would have been much more interesting. Uh, so in a nutshell, I would say that your clarity and the way the way you connected with the audience using your speech narration was absolutely good. Um, yes, one takeaway was the detailing of the speech. Uh, Altogether, I would say that, and also one plus point was that you actually, no one does this. I've not seen many speakers do this, but you brought the theme of the day introduced into your speech, which was really commendable. Today, you not only took one step towards your public speaking, I think you have taken, in a single day, you have taken 3 to 4 steps. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Usha, for sharing the feedback about the first speaker. So where is our first speaker? Yeah, right. So yeah. So as I echo with respect to the evaluation, what she has brought out in terms of the positives of your speech, I really liked, and also to add upon the gestures which you have got on the stage. They were very relatable to your story, and I very much related with them. Example in terms of my life, whole life, and also when you went in your way that when life hit. So these are the gestures where it will hook the audience to your story, and bringing them in your icebreaker is very much commendable. And to Toastmaster Usha, I think whatever the speaker has shared, you have highlighted in terms of the highlights, as well as you have also helped the speaker what points he can add upon in the speech. One suggestion for you is that I felt you were in like conclusion of the speech or his one-liner, then area you wanted to highlight, then in between area of improvement, and somewhere you concluded, and again you got to add one more point. So somewhere I felt the flow was slightly missing. But apart from if you were able to organize it in the particular order, I think the evaluation was very on point and it's commendable. Let's give it up for our first speaker and evaluator. Who was our first speaker? Second speaker? Good. Thank you. Second speaker? Who is the evaluator? Yes. So put your hands together in welcoming Toastmaster Ruchi on stage.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. A special good evening to my target speaker, Aditya. Aditya, today you went on a self-reflection journey and practical experiments from your own leadership styles. I have two areas of strengths for you and two areas of improvement. First, I really like the body of your speech. I liked how you used your own examples and innovative styles of leadership that you have tried. You gave some examples and the practical implementations of how you did it. For example, you said, from icebreakers, I moved over to the chais, connect better with the people. Second, eye contact. Aditya, I noticed you were trying to continuously maintain the eye contact. You were looking left, right, again and again. So kudos on trying to maintain eye contact with the audience and have a better connect with the audience. For areas of improvement, first, use of prop. Aditya, did you notice we also use chai to mingle over breaks? Now, imagine if we were all holding a cup from the starting of the meeting when we have to clap for the people on stage. During the break, when we are coming to collect our certificates, what will happen? It will restrict our hand gestures and movements. You see where I'm going with this? What happened? It not only reduced the impact of the prop that you were using, if you would have brought it when you gave the example or how you bonded with it, it would have made more better impact. So I would recommend use more mindfully the props that you are trying to use. You could have kept a chair and put the prop there. That would have given you more freedom to use the prop. Second, pauses. Aditya, I would challenge you to work a little bit more on your pauses. That will help you to transition in your content more. Where you feel more impact is needed, pause for a little bit so that audience also has the time to process your content. Now, for example, here, you use the hook. Lot of you must be thinking, why this guy is holding a cup and wearing a jacket today? So there, pause. Let the audience react to your hook. And then you move on to your introduction. That would create a little bit more impact and people will have more time to process it. So sum it up, Aditya, you could try to use your props a little better and try how you can pause and where it is needed more. And for your strengths, I like the body of your speech and the eye contact that you maintained with the audience. Over to you. So, generative AI.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchi, for your evaluation about the second speaker, Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya, I have seen the speeches about the understanding your leadership style, but today you have really introduced me a new style of how to deliver the speech and bring in your life leadership lessons. A great appreciation for that. And one piece of suggestion add on to our evaluator that you have very good content and I feel that you are in an urge to throw it away to the audience. Let me throw it. Yes, this way, let me throw it. Just as you consider that pause as well as the moment of your on stage, probably as you deliver. This is the chai break where I want to understand the people with a real connect. Then moving on, I don't want to live as like the regular way of rushing too many things. So that way it will also help what I mean is in terms of stage movement, what as evaluator also said in terms of the speech delivery. So that way I think your speech will get more complete is what I felt. And Toastmaster Ruchi, the evaluation, I think you have covered the points in terms of what you liked in terms of the opening, the body of the speech, as well as the props. Probably if you were able to add a little bit in terms of if you were on stage having the cup of chai, where you will bring it. It's relatable. Probably it's left to the audience to think themselves as an open-ended thing, but as an evaluator, where you will bring in. So exactly bringing the cup at this particular point, it will be more relatable to the speaker. Okay, probably at this section, or at this section, right? Otherwise, well done with your evaluation, very precise with the strengths, areas of improvements, and the closing conclusion. So my dear audience, let's give it up for our speaker and evaluator. So moving on to our third speaker. Who is our third speaker? Yes. Evaluated by? Yes. Put your hands together to welcome our third evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Deepak Kumar.
Good evening again, and special good evening to Neville. Neville, as your project was more towards emotional intelligence, the topic that you picked up was very appropriate. It was very appropriately elaborated as to on what occasions you were asked and how you felt and how you made others felt. So that part of things was very good. You already have the basics in place. I think all of that being evaluated here is um, you already have it. So I will be repeating it. So good use of voice modulation, eye contact, gestures, confidence, vocal variety, comfort level, use of space, whatever it is there. The one is I was just I would like to talk about where probably things can be improved upon in this today's speech, particularly today's speech. Um, we we started with the topic that why do you Neville, why you smile so much? We kept on thinking when the answer will come. Answer came at the very end of it. So probably you could have said, I'll structure my speech in such a way that I will take I will elaborate on instances in which I was asked this question and how I felt it. And at the end, I will answer why I smile so much or something. And a small improvement, you adjust your vocal variety as per the content. Sometimes it becomes little low. So you can just be more, a little bit more, your volume should be a little bit more high and then variate it. So what I'm trying to say is you have obtained the objective of today's project, and you can work on, be mindful of the structure of the delivery and on the volume. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for sharing your evaluation about our third speaker. Toastmaster Neville, as the evaluator already mentioned, it is about the emotional project. I really hooked to the content, what you are delivering from the stage. And I felt today I have seen a new Neville in terms of delivering a different type of emotions. And I could really see them on your face. That's a great thing to have for any of the speaker, and you have demonstrated it very well today. One piece of suggestion I have for the content, even to make it more right fit to the audience. As an audience, what I felt is when you went to the therapist, you set the context in terms of your interviewing with the therapist. And suddenly it happened to go to the recall of your 7-year-old memory. I only felt probably if there was some preface that I went into the thoughts and lost towards my 7-year scenario. So that's where audience would have got connected and moved from there to here. Then whatever the gestures you shared at the time, the act which you have done, it would be even more connecting. So I was thinking like, how come you're sharing from therapist towards here? That's one small nitpick. Otherwise, a very good speech in terms of opening body and the conclusion. Keep it up. And to our Toastmaster Deepak, the evaluation which you considered in terms of the project objective, which any evaluator must do, and you stick to the what is the purpose of the project, and you ensure that every box is checked from your evaluation point of view. My only suggestion for you when you're sharing, probably whatever he has spoken, you as a small example, so that when you're saying the voice is low, which incident you felt little low. So it will help the speaker to connect to that particular incident. And then as an evaluator, if you give an example, otherwise your way of structuring the evaluation, the way you have shared, everything was flawless. Let's give it up for our third speaker and third evaluator. So moving on to our next, my tags team. So first, I would like to welcome the R counter of the day to share the R counter report. Who is our R counter? Yes, put your hands together.
Hello everyone, welcome to my R counter report. So I categorized it into three parts, right? First part is where maximum usage of R counter words, crutch words were there. Second is who were little better in controlling them. And first, of course, we know who are the winners who have mastered their language. I'll not talk about the first one because those will fall in first and second, the rest will definitely fall in first. So in special mention, I have for Mani, Aditya, Usha, Deepak for being, if I have to rate them, I'll rate them 1.5. Even though they had fillers, but they managed it throughout the speech. And if you would have observed that, and majorly because they were speaking, apart from Aditya, all of them were speaking slow. When you are speaking slow, it helps you have that space between your words, and that was helping them out. Aditya, of course, excelled because he had the speech prepared prior, so flow was good. Other than that, we had Madhur, Sneha, Nivedita, Madhav, who I would categorize them as second. They had fillers, and mostly the fillers were around you. So, you know was something that was very common, and actually sometimes were the filler words that were maximum used. And the others, of course, fall in the third categories where you were not able to pace it out. One advice would be to talk with emotions. When you're talking with emotions, automatically pauses will come. And I'll give you an example from Neville's speech when he talked about my Nana had died and he paused. And then he started speaking. That was the right usage of pause. He was speaking with emotions, and automatically you tend to pause when you are speaking with emotion. So these are some tips and tricks that you can use while, and of course, our counter, ours and arms makes us more human. And that's how I realized that my manager is not a better speaker. And I am able to push him back in any year-end evaluation when he does it. So with that, over to you, General Bar.
Let's move on to our English teacher. Sorry, our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It was really a pleasure listening to these good speeches. So few good uses I noted down was truly admire and then exemplify and rise like waves, beat the office chaos, and sometime I smile to acknowledge my happiness. Few point outs I noted. The time he succeeded could have been the time he succeed. Um, I lated myself could be I let myself. And the word of the day, equilibrium, used 7 times today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pankaj, for sharing the grammarian report. So up next, I would like to welcome our special role. What is our special role today? Who is doing that? Bhumika. Yes. Put your hands together to welcome our Toastmaster Bhumika.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hi, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As I promised, I'm back to test your listening abilities. Are we ready? So I'll start with the first question. What are the three C's that Mani talked about? Yes, Samprit, Samprit. No, that was not right. Confidence, clarity, and communication. Okay, cool. I heard that. Thank you. Yes, it's important to listen to understand. I accept that. Okay, so the second question is who's gonna carry the boat's uh, coat by? Which coat, like whose coat is this? That who's gonna carry the boats? Yes, Neha. David Goggins. Okay, cool. When was Madhav's toughest opponent was born? Yes. 2000? No, no. We'll move on to the next one. Yes. Yeah. 20th November 2000. Fantastic. Okay. With that, let's move on to the next question. So, my style was more of a chai break leader than of a boardroom leader. Who said this? Yeah, Sahij. Aditya, great. Who has the ability to give his 100%, give his best to everything? Who has this ability? Samprit mentioned about that person. Anyone else? Huh? I'll repeat the question. Who has the ability to give his best to everything? Come on, Samprit mentioned this before he introduced that evaluator. Evaluator? Deepak, exactly. Time up. Okay, cool. So I'll just take a few seconds. So thank you so much, everyone who listened closely to answer the questions. You did great. So as today's listener, I actually realized that listening is important, not just for the sake of it. It's important to understand and then act on it. And it's actually an equilibrium between understanding and acting. So let's keep taking those steps, one word, one idea, one communication, and one step at a time. Because the right way of listening is? Thank you. Oh, thank you. So, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhumika, for that listening segment. Yes. Let's give it up to hear the timer report. To invite the timer of the day. Toastmaster. Mention your observation. No, I mean, for special also there will be disqualification and the Sorry. Was trying to understand the rule of. Good evening, everyone again. First of all, congratulations to all the speakers as we do not have any disqualifications today. So I'll present my report. Essay Twinshu took 3 minutes. President Akshay took 15 minutes. TMOD Samprit took 16 minutes. General Evaluator Mani, I forgot to total your. It took 9 minutes. First speaker Madhav took 5 minutes 35 seconds. Speaker 2 Aditya took 5 minutes 54 seconds. Speaker 3 Neville took 7 minutes 20 seconds. Evaluator first Usha took 2 minutes 38 seconds. Evaluator 2 Ruchi took 3 minutes 4 seconds. Evaluator 3 Deepak took 2 minutes 57 seconds. Table topic master Madhur took 2 minutes. Table topic speaker first Neha took 1 minute 18 seconds.
Table topic speaker 2, Sauj, took 1 minute 35 seconds. Table topic speaker 3, if I'm naming correctly, Kanti Mati, right? Yeah. Okay. You took 1 minute 7 seconds. Uh, Table topic speaker 4, Nivedita, took 1 minute 10 seconds. And table topic speaker 5, Aditi, took 2 minutes. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abik, for sharing the timer report. So, yes, so I got an information. I have 4 minutes. Let me summarize the meeting in 4 minutes. So, first and foremost, I would like to talk about as per the meeting order, the SA Toastmaster Twin Shoe. I think you started meeting on time, all the logistics, what is required, you have taken care well. I have no piece of suggestion for you as is SA. Great job done. Moving to our presiding officer who entered the room exactly on time, and kudos to that for making it happen. The only one piece of suggestion or a looking factor is in terms of the agenda time. Probably if it's there with you, no need to question VP during the meet, and also ensuring that meeting runs on time. Probably otherwise the guest introduction and introduction about Bright Hearts to all the members. I think that's a very well done. Moving on to our team mode of the day, Toastmasters and Preet. I think the one step at a time, you brought it in a very relatable way. And from your segment, I understood like who are all your role models, who are all your inspiration figures. You were able to take us through all the journey with the right examples. And I resonated with your theme very much. Moving on to our table topics master. So I think the way you have prepared already with all the chocolates, the numbers, and it's an indirect way to ask the guests what topic number you want. That's a good cue card for you to give the topic. And the topics also felt, I think no guest expressed it's a difficult topic. So that's the job done. Like as a table topics master, that's an acknowledgement that your topics are very good to relate. And you have covered 5 people and the 5 members, I mean to say, the 5 audience members, it was very nicely done. Related to table topic speakers, in the interest of time, what I would suggest is that I have observed in terms of the Sayoj or Nivedita or Aditi or Kantimati guest and also Sneha, you are all attempted the topic very immediately and you also had the structure of it. So one suggestion is like there is a time you can consume if required for a 10 seconds so that you can make and articulate better in case when you are attempting the next time. But otherwise, you were able to relate to the topic, not just jump away to some else. It's a very good thing as a table topic speaker. And offline point of view, what I felt is that the agenda came out on time, the PR, the theme poster relatability, like release to the media on time. That's a job well done. There is a small change in terms of the time. Probably if we're able to stick to our control in terms of the PR team, probably then it will help all social medias that Bright Hearts follows a single calendar. And moving on to the tag team in terms of timer, I think Abik, you were very clear with your report. One suggestion, wherever the clarification, if it happens offline, it will be easy for you as well. Otherwise, it is a very job well done in terms of sharing the report. Moving on to our counter, I really like the way how you have categorized the people, and probably it came as an on the fly that follow these cues or these tips. Maybe if you would have structured either at the start of the report or end of the report, it would have been made a proper structure as an accountant. Otherwise, your observations are good, the categorization and sharing it. And moving on to our grammarian, our Pankaj, I think you have shared the grammarian report, the word of the day observations very nicely. As you have shared like 2 areas of like, 2 sentences can be corrected as a grammarian, like we are doing a meeting with multiple role takers, probably adding 1, 2 additional will help the members to improve their grammar part. And moving on to our special role Toastmaster Bhumika, I think you have covered in the way the questions, what is required, and also you have jumbled it. You didn't went as like the same sequence order of the agenda. That's a good part as a listener, it is required. So before I wind up, may I request all the first time role takers who did their job for the first time, like icebreaker, Toastmaster Madhav, evaluator, Toastmaster Usha, may I request you to please stand. To team mode of the day. Yeah, Madhav or team mode who did first time. Yes, top. Yes, Pankaj. Evaluator Deepak. Yes. May I hear a loudest applause to all. Thank you. So with that, I would like to conclude my general evaluation of the day. Please don't forget that one step at a time, one meeting at a time, one role at a time, we get closer to your communication goal, which you are here for. On that note, let me inform you that it's the time to vote. Please take your mobile and go to browser. You go to chat box. Please type in the link bit.ly / it's on screen in case if you missed. BHTM, Bright Hearts Toastmasters, vote 2. Timer, can we have 50 seconds time for this? We need any help?
Yes.
I hope everyone got the link. How many votes do we have? So we have 9 responses, 12 responses so far. So we are 14 now, one more. So with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our president of the day, presiding officer, Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mani Kumar. I hope you've gotten enough votes. Do we need to spend more time on the votes? All sorted? Okay. Lovely. How's everyone doing? Good? How did you like today's meeting? Good? A lot of fun theme, a very engaging table topics section, and a meticulous evaluation by our general evaluator Mani as well. I do see that there are some guests who didn't quite get the opportunity to speak today, so I will quickly call you on stage. So Anirudh, why don't we start with you? Why don't you come on stage and very briefly in 30-40 seconds summarize your experience today? Let's hear it for Anirudh.
So yeah, hi, myself Anirudh, and cool. It was nice to be a part of today's Toastmasters event, and the feeling of being a Toastmaster is really good, and I got to feel that vibe today. Everyone calling out Toastmaster, and being a Toastmaster gives strength and power. It's like that, and uh, gives and more of it. All of this people today learning and. For example, Madhur giving his icebreaker, and then Neville giving his a speech about emotional intelligence. It's all really good in a flow like that, and it was nice to be a part of here. Cool. That's all I had to say. Thank you, and yes.
Thank you so much, Anirudh. A very nice touch to name some of the speakers that you heard today, because sometimes as a guest, it's already very overwhelming to see all these new sections. Really love that you called out specific names. Really goes to show what a nice person you are. Thank you so much, Anirudh. Hi, Teresa. I know you're panicking a lot, but let's give a big round of applause for Teresa as well. Come on stage. You can hold the mic.
Hello, my name is Teresa. I had a wonderful experience here. I came in a bit late while Neville, I'm not sure your name, he was talking. You talked really nice. I really liked your expressions and how you had a very expressive way of talking. Yeah, that's all. I had a really nice experience and it was nice meeting all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teresa. Neville, you looks like you got a lot of fans. Already you had so many, now it's just growing. The NFC, the Neville Fan Club. So, couple of announcements. I see our sergeant NFC. Okay, sorry. Couple of announcements as our sergeant at arms is processing the results. Firstly, it is June. What does that mean? It means this is the last month of the current serving executive committee. That is the Jan to June executive committee, right? So we are going to be seeing a shift in the officers and associates, a passing of the torch, if you will. What does this mean for the members of the club? This means that it is time to start nominating. The nomination window for the upcoming executive committee from July 2025 to December 2025 opens tomorrow, June 2nd. This form will be open till June 8th, and all the roles will be available for nomination, requesting each and every person, especially the Bright Hearts, obviously the Bright Hearts, we got to continue this energy, right? Our team right now has worked really hard, and now we need the next set of leaders come take the torch from my hand and lead our club to brighter heights, right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and Arundhati anytime. Sounds good? Lovely. Secondly, this is just a fun trivia fact, but Arundhati, can you tell me what these people have in common? Arna, Neville, Ashwin, Ruchi, Vishnu, Bulbul, and Deepak. Correct. These are all charter members who joined in September 1st, 2024, who have finished level 1. So let's hear it for them. Hearty congratulations to each of you. And this is just a push for all of the other OG charter members who joined from September 1st. I know Sampreet is here, Sarthak is here, Sneha is here. We have one more month. Try to file those level 1s. It would be really, really great if we can get as many of the charter members to finish at least one level before the month ends, because we do have, I believe, enough speed slots in the next 3 to 4 weeks. If you have any queries or if you really want to expedite that process, reach out to our VP Education, Arundhati. All right, I believe that's it in terms of announcements. Let's go on and announce the winners for today's meeting, starting with the best table topic speaker. And the winner is soon-to-be Brightheart guest Aditi. Congratulations, Aditi. You look visibly confused. I see no reason why you should be. I thought you did a very interesting take on the topic. Putting aside your reasons to time travel, the idea of mind reading making communication boring is a very interesting aspect, right? And I really, really appreciated that angle you took. And when you mentioned about time travel and how you would go back and not stop murders, you would watch how they transpired, made me realize that this is a woman who is someone I should fear just a little bit. Nonetheless, great, great, great job doing a table topic today. Let's hear it for guest Aditi. You can stand right. Coming next to the best auxiliary, you can stand right here. Best auxiliary role taker, and the winner is Toastmaster Devsha Patnaik. Congratulations, Devsha. A very unique take today on your R counter report, structured it into a 3-tier system of people who could work on stuff, people who are really good at stuff. Really liked it. And it's always interesting when Toastmasters as experienced as you come to the stage and find fresh and innovative approaches to roles like the R counter role. I think this sends a great message to the lot of folks who do auxiliary roles often, that even within the span of those 2 minutes, there are many ways to innovate. And I think you set a great example. Congratulations, Toastmaster Devsha. The best evaluator for meeting 33 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Toastmaster Ruchi Jain. Ruchi, great evaluation. I like the compromise you took and decided to go with just 2 areas of improvement and 2 highlights, because by giving yourself that compromise and eliminating the need for 3 AOIs, you really spent a good amount of time on those 2 AOIs, specifically the cup and the pauses. I thought the way you demonstrated that was very nice for a speech which was very nicely delivered by Aditya as well. Conclusion also nicely done. It's very heartening to see someone who's a charter member, who was a guest like 9 months ago, transform into such a great evaluator. I'm really proud of you. Congratulations. Coming next to the best role player for meeting 33 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, and the winner is Toastmaster Mani Kumar. Thank you so much, Mani. Not only did you blow the socks off everyone who watched you today, you blew your own shoes off as well. But a very nice general evaluation. I thought you utilized your time well, and even though you were just given 4 minutes at the end, I thought you did a great job. I liked how you made use of time in between speaker evaluator pairs to evaluate and provide feedback as well. Great use of time, very pertinent and useful feedback, which you delivered personally for me as well. Congratulations, Mani. Let's hear it for our GE. And the best speaker for meeting 33 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters is Toastmaster Neville Shah. Man, what do I say? What do I say? If there's anyone who gives this guy crap for smiling all the time, it's me. But today, what you delivered was unbelievable, in that I have never seen that side of Neville. I have never seen Neville not smile for 15 seconds straight. But more than anything, the power and impact of those moments where you felt your speech and decided to not smile really moved me, right? I love the way you experimented with the speech, and more importantly, I love how it succeeded. I think this is a great step for you to try more speeches like this out of the box, right? Which is away from the charming, smiley Neville that we usually have, because it just goes to show that even when it comes to an emotionally riveting speech, this man can do wonders. Congratulations. Really proud of you. Let's hear it for all of our winners. And may I request Toastmaster Madhav to please take a picture, and everyone come close and say cheese. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's give them one more round of applause. And with that, apologies for going 3 minutes over time, but that is it for meeting 33. See you all next week, June 8th, same time, same place. And with that, we close meeting number 33.